Hi, I am Verity Price, the Toastmasters 2021 World Champion of Public Speaking. And I've had a lot of people ask me about the technology I used in my winning video. So I just wanted to share with you the quite simple things that I had to try and make where I was presenting from look as professional as possible. Now, I'm not presenting from the same space today. This is my bedroom. And for the finals, I was actually in my parents-in-law study because they had better internet connection. And they also had a nice blank wall that I could use. But it really came down to me understanding that I couldn't just rely on my laptop. I needed great lights, I needed a good camera, and I needed a good microphone. So I want to share with you what those were and how I used those simple bits of technology to my advantage in a virtual contest. So I don't have both of the lights on today. That's why I'm getting a little bit of shadow. But ring lights make a big difference. So if you can have two ring lights giving you light from just on either side of your computer or your camera, that is fantastic. You then obviously need a nice plain background, and this is a struggle for a lot of people. We don't always have spaces where we can find that plain background. I'm lucky in my bedroom I have some walls. If I move some things, I get that plain background. And where I competed from in my parents-in-law study, we just took some pictures off the wall, and the wall was far enough behind me that you couldn't see the little nails and things that were in the wall. So it's just playing with what you have makes a big difference. But what I started to realize the more I went through the contest was that the quality of your video needs to be good. Even though judges are not allowed to mark you down on your sound, your lighting, your video, obviously it's going to make the watching experience a lot better if they enjoy what they see. So that was when I went out and invested in a webcam. And what I got was the Logitech C920. It's a standard webcam. It's 30 frames per second, HD, so really good quality. And I could see the difference instantly. So much better, the quality of picture. And I used this for my district contest. I had invested in this by then. And the C920 is great. It does have some issues with autofocus. So I had the heartbreaking moments where I'd be in the middle of the contest and I would have moved quite a bit and suddenly I'd see I'd be blurry and then I'd be inching along just to help the camera refocus. So that's not a stress that you really want. But when I did some reviews on the other webcams that were out there, they all struggle a bit with autofocus. If you have a 60 frame per second webcam, it's going to be better. But actually in all the reviews I saw, what it came down to was the quality of your light source. And that's when I started getting bigger ring lights and just getting more light on me. And so by my finals, I didn't have any autofocus issues, which was a relief. But the Logitech C920 I really enjoyed. I know they've got the Brio, they've got the Stream Cam. So look around and find the one that works for you, but you definitely cannot be relying on the camera on your computer. It's not good enough. So get a really good HD Stream Cam. The last thing you need is sound, really good sound. And this was a wake-up call for me because I assumed that my sound was fine. When I invested in this camera, it comes in with built-in microphone. I thought it sounded good. And it was only after I spoke at a club and someone got back to me and saying, Verity, I work with tech. Your sound is boomy. There's a lot of echo. Are you relying on your webcam mic? And I was like, yes. And they said, don't. And John very kindly came over and he lent me his Rode Wireless. So he had the Rode Wireless Go to Pro 2, I think, Pro 2. So you get two little microphones. This is just the normal wireless one, but it's great because it's a little clip-on lapel. And you would have seen in my video, it was on a jacket then, but it was clipped on and it was catching my sound perfectly. So investing in a mic that's going to help you sound good and take the echo out of the room makes a big difference. So I just used the Rode Wireless Pro 2, which worked very, very well for me. And you don't know what you sound like. So you have to dial into someone else and test your computer sound, your camera sound, and then your microphone sound, and let them tell you what they're hearing. Because that was when I understood when we were doing the semifinals stage rehearsals and practices, they tested all our sound. And the minute I put my microphone on, they were like, whoa, that is so much better. So if you want to set yourself up for success, if you are speaking virtually or competing virtually in Toastmasters, you want to invest in a really good webcam. You want to make sure you've got 2 nice big ring lights. So this one is too small. You need the bigger version, kind of a 20-inch version, or would be good. And get yourself some good microphones. So these are wireless ones. You do get desk ones that are equally good, but set yourself up with the technology. You know, you've still got to work on the speech. You've still got to deliver your message. You've still got to connect beyond the camera, but at least have the technology that sets you up for success. So all the best. Have fun finding the tech that works for you. Test it with a friend. You know, dial into calls with people, ask what they're seeing, how's it coming across, and then you can slowly work on getting to the best possible quality. I really hope that helps, and good luck with any virtual talks or competitions that you're doing. I hope you shine bright.